Finding customers, that is the age-old challenge for entrepreneurs. We are constantly out here in these streets beating the bushes trying to find the next big opportunity. However, what if there was an easier way to bring clients directly to you? I call it the attraction method, and we're going to talk about it on this episode of the Brand and Hustle podcast. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Brand and Hustle podcast, the no fluff, no bull broadcast for busy entrepreneurs who need fast, effective business strategies. Get ready to build your business, your brand, and your bank account with Master Brand Coach Jay Stone.
Okay, guys, so let's talk about this. So, first of all, let me just tell you a quick story. I've been in business for about 20 years, and the way that we used to get customers and clients back in the day was a lot more cumbersome than it is today, because we used to have to do networking events, right? You have to go to all these networking events. You go and meet as many people as you can. It was almost like musical chairs, right? You sit over here, you talk to a person for a few minutes, you exchange a business card, and then there's a follow-up phone call, and then you might have lunch or something and pitch and get to know them, and eventually you get to land the client. You have the opportunity with the client. Well, fast forward came internet marketing, online marketing, and then came social media. And we found easier ways to find people. And not only that, we started to be able to reach people that we would never under normal circumstances run into in person. Okay. And so we started to talk to those people. You send out newsletters and you say, hey, click the button, buy this, buy that. But there has been a shift in the past 3 years in how people buy. So what we're finding out is because people are so overwhelmed and inundated with emails and text messages and pop-ups and notifications that they honestly hate being sold to, right? It's that annoying, it's like they're the annoying phone calls, the phone calls that everybody gets, like your car warranty is about to expire. I mean, you're answering the phone thinking that you're about to talk to someone that you know, and you get this annoying voice on the other end. That's what it's like being sold to on a daily basis. And so people tend to tune out when you go for the hardcore selling. So let's move into what I call the attraction method. And you guessed it, it's going to be about creating content. And so one of the things that I learned 20 plus years ago is that when you run a service-based business, and that's going to be coaches, consultants, people that provide professional services, you can't sell overnight, right? It's more about building the relationship, particularly when your services are over $500. That's about the threshold, right? So when you get to people start spending $500, $1,000, or thousands of dollars, the more money they spend, the more they need to feel like they can trust you, okay? The speed of doing business is trust, okay? So because trust was such a big factor, we spent a lot of time 20 years ago building relationships. But despite the fact that we are now in the digital age, the one thing hasn't changed. We still have to build relationships and we still have to build trust. And here's how you do it. Okay? You have to create content. And I know people are like, oh my God, I want to create content. But here's some great things about creating content nowadays. All right? People are busy. They don't have a lot of time to consume a lot of content, and they need what they consume to be impactful. It needs to change their life, change their mindset, give them a shift, give them an aha moment. Doesn't mean that they have to go off and have exceptional results, but they want to feel like they can make progress, even if it's one tidbit. They would rather take 5 minutes, listen to one tidbit and apply it, and then come back for more than to sit there for 30 minutes or an hour and listen to content or read a 500-word blog post. All of that time frame is over, okay? So now we're focused on micro content, okay? Micro content or bite-sized content or nano content, it's being called all of these names, are little pieces of content. So the videos now are like 3 to 6 minutes. The blog posts are like 50 to 100 words. Now they do a lot of photos that just have a little bit of text on it, like one tip on it, right? On Instagram, you can do carousels. A lot of platforms are doing short format video that's like 15 to 30 seconds. And so all of this bite-sized content where you can, I got this piece, let me go and apply it. That is what people are making strides with. And because it's shorter content, you can create more content. And the more content you create, the more of a relationship you have with your audience, the better the relationship with your audience, the more that they trust you, the more that they trust you, the more they buy, and the higher dollar amount that they spend. Okay? So here's the other thing that's the shift, right? People kind of don't focus on being all over the place anymore. So now you're saying the people who are great content creators are now focusing on a single platform, right? So they totally kill it on YouTube. They get all of the numbers, all of the followers, all the money. And then eventually, after about a year and a half, 52 weeks of content, that's the number, okay? After about 52 weeks of content, then they start to transition to another platform. And here's why. Because the platforms now are starting to be more robust. Okay, they're starting to be more robust. So that means that on YouTube, there are YouTube videos, there are also YouTube shorts, there's also YouTube live streams, and now you can subscribe to people. People can subscribe to your, not just subscribe to your channel, but they can have a subscription, a paid monthly subscription. And so as the platforms are starting to be more robust and offer more different formats, it becomes more work to keep up with all the ways that you can communicate on one platform. So they want you to now perfect the platform, and they're creating more ways for you to perfect the platform and really get into your analytics and really, really, really grow your audience and your following. So you don't have to say, I'm on 5 platforms. I take it and I record it for YouTube, and then I strip the audio for the podcast, and then I chop it up for Instagram. The repurposing, it doesn't really work anymore. People can tell when the content wasn't created for that platform, and people are a little bit of platform snobs, right? And so you can't go on Facebook and say, click the link in my bio, right? You got to the click the link in the bio really works on like TikTok, and it works on Instagram. You can't go on, take your YouTube video where it says click the link below, put it on Facebook, and there's no link below because it's technically in the caption above. And so things like that make people think, if this person can't take the time to give me content for this platform, do they really care about me? Do they really pay attention to detail? Are they lazy? Do they take shortcuts, right? Those are the things that start to come up for people. And so that's why it's also your call to action, where the call to action is, how it works. It only works in one platform. And I know people, some people you see that they can repurpose content, but the truth of the matter is the repurposing of the content comes because they've already built a platform where they have enough content and enough success on that single platform. So the recap here, okay? You still have to build relationships with your audience, but you can't sell to them. You have to focus on attracting them. You attract them through content, but don't get your pennies in a bunch because there's micro content that you can use. You can attract more people, and the more that you create content to attract people, then the more people will spend money with you because they trust you, and then the more they trust, the higher the dollar amount that you can charge. That's it for me. I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know how you like it, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Brand and Hustle Podcast.
Don't worry, there are more episodes of Brand and Hustle on the way. But if you can't wait to learn more badass business strategies, head on over to jaistone.com. That's JAISTONE.com. We'll see you next time.